Yo, what's good everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're back today with another Football Manager rebuild, and this time we're going to the Championship for newly relegated Southampton. Of course, Southampton were relegated from the Premier League just last season, so we're diving in today to take over the club and try and get them back to being an established Premier League side. So let's dive in. So here we are then, Southampton, day one, and of course you can see now we're in the Sky Bet Championship. Of course, relegated last season. They're probably one of the favourites you'd imagine from the season preview. They are second favourites to go straight back up, of course, Leicester being the first favourites with Leeds. So all the newly relegated teams are the favourites to go straight back up this season. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But of course, if you're new around here and you haven't already, make sure you're going below this video, of course, hit that subscribe button and giving the video a big thumbs up. We'll start things off looking over the team quickly, of course. James Ward-Prowse has to be the key pivotal player for this team. Southampton, of course, is a star player. 100 grand a week in the Championship is quite mental. And some big teams are already sniffing around. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Newcastle and Tottenham are already sniffing around James Ward-Prowse wanting his signature. Of course, known for his amazing set pieces. But again, playing a box-to-box role and playing a DM role and playing a few different roles on the pitch. Should be quite interesting to see. Can we keep hold of JWP? A few standouts as well. Kyle Walker-Peters to the Championship. Che Adams, Jan Benderek as well. But again, Che Adams has well been a key one here. Our contract at the end of this season, can we get him to renew? Will he want to move to the Premier League? He's already wanted by both Palace and Everton, so a move to the Premier League could happen quite easily. And of course, for this one, we're going to be using the MurphFM Ultimate 4-2-3-1 formation that I released a couple of weeks ago now. It's been smashing it for a lot of people from the comments and the videos, messages in my DM saying they're really enjoying this tactic. So actually what we're going to do is now, we're going to pick without restrictions, see the best 11 again, an idea of what we were starting with. The Armstrongs out wide, Aribo, Adams, Ward-Prowse as DM with Lavia. What a partnership that could be. Lavia could be moving in real life to someone like Arsenal, could move into Liverpool possibly as well. So there's a few interest in him right now, of course. Walker-Peters, Bendrax, Taliso, and he might have already moved actually by the time this video comes out. So I guess if he has, let me know in the comment section. Of course, McCarthy, Parole. It's a pretty good team. It's very good for the Championship. Should easily get promoted straight back to the Premier League in season number 1, you like to imagine. So let's dive ahead now and see what happens at the end of season number 1. And we're back. Season number 1 is over, and of course, no surprise, they won the league. I mean, it's probably quite obvious they're going to do quite well in this first season, realistically. They probably should be up there. I mean, Leicester in the plus actually with Leeds, Blackburn and Watford. So it means who joins us promoted. Norwich actually got automatic promotion. A team who didn't get relegated last season get that automatic spot in second place. But our boys in Southampton, of course, finished top of the table. You can see now on screen, of course. 46 games, winning 37, drawing 6. It's not bad, really. And only losing 3 games all season. Away at Norwich, Middlesbrough and Watford. Only losing those 3 games all season. But they scored a monster 128 goals. It's absolutely insane. Conceding 35 with a goal difference of positive 93 or 117 points. It's not bad at all, really. They've absolutely demolished the division straight back into the Premier League. So, of course, within this rebuild, we don't do transfers in the first season. We can't use the real squad that is currently there right now. Of course, these players are at Southampton right now in real life as we speak. Of course, the transfer window is open. They could move at any moment. Paul Notcher, of course, you can see there, has been a start of this season. But where has Che Adams gone? Is Che Adams still part of the team? He is not. So, of course, I mentioned we don't actually buy players. These players have been bought in before the season started. We took over, of course, on July 1st. Of course, these were bought in just previously to us starting this season with Southampton. But yeah, Che Adams, Spurs came in for 12.25 million. We thought, he's our contract end of the season. Let's cash it in right now. So he made a move over to Tottenham Hotspur. Started 1 game all season, scored 2 goals, 12 from the bench. He's not really playing, but of course, probably back up to Harry Kane. Of course he is. We also sold Ibrahima Diallo, of course, as well. He went in-game as well at the very start of the season, so we didn't get to touch him at all this season, but he went out quite early doors, which did leave a bit of money for us. Again, Oliver Wright, Liss and Nico Lawrence all going out on loan this season, so not really anything of importance, but Shadden's been the big one we mentioned at the start of the game. Will he stay around? He went before the season even started for 12.25 million, which of course now leaves us going to the new transfer window ahead of the summer, going into the Premier League. 46 million to spend going into the Premier League, which isn't bad, of course, after winning the division. Cup-wise as well, didn't do too bad. Knocked out the 5th round by FA Cup and by Cardiff there as well. And the Carabao Cup got as far as the quarterfinals before facing Manchester United, where we got knocked out. Not a bad first season, really, via Southampton. Goals. This is going to be an interesting one here. You can see here, Bella Kotchap got 19 goals this season. He's a defender. He's a defender. Anyone that's actually seen this tactic and how it works in the tactic video, that'd be linked down below and it'd be tagged above my head somewhere here. Set pieces, the set pieces on this tactic are really, really golden. And you can see he got 19 goals this season from centre back. That is absolutely monstrous. I mean, in terms of other statistics, really, Sulemana got 20 goals, 10 assists this season. That's not a bad return, really, is it? Paul Nacho, big Paul Nacho. Of course, 6'7", absolute machine. He bagged 23. Kotchak got 22 actually in all different competitions this season, which is pretty darn good. Suleiman we mentioned already, 20 goals, 10 assists for him. Armstrong, 12 goals. Ward-Prowse got 37 assists. 37 assists, that's absolutely insane. What, 34 in the league, 37 in all comps supposedly, so that's absolutely mental from James Ward-Prowse. We mentioned about these set pieces. He's the guy taking them, and we've seen he's the guy getting on the other end of them. Absolutely mental stuff for season number 1. But let's dive ahead now to season number 2 and see what happens as we start our life in the Premier League and what transfers we managed to bring in before the season kicks off. And we're back. Pre-season is done, dusted, and we've had some transfers come in and out. Of course, we started with quite a lot of money, and we still have 23 million left over, but we're quite happy, and the first game of the season is about to go ahead as we take on Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League in just 6 days' time. So I think we're about ready to go in. We can go through the transfers quickly and see who we've actually bought in ahead of the new season. Of course, towards the end of last season, we had a bit of business we could do straight away with that money that came in. So we'll start off there first with transfers in. Beto came in from Udinese. Absolutely amazing striker this year, 26 years of age, a great pressing forward. Of course, we do play a pressing forward in this tactic, and you can see straight away we bought him for 17 million. Went to Udinese with 6 million last season, 17 million spent straight away to bring in Beto, Portuguese striker, very, very well rounded. Of course, we will play him as a pressing forward, so that finishing of 16 is quite good. That finishing, of course, of 16, strength of 16, acceleration of 16, he's got all the key attributes you look for in a pressing forward, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on in season number 1 at the club, season number 2, of course, within this save. The other transfers that came in, of course, then were Edson Alvarez came from Ajax. We went to Ajax twice for this window. 40 million for the defender. I mean, we're going to play him as a defender, but he can play also in that DM role for Edson Alvarez. So, a very good bit of business. 40 million making that move from Ajax. I think he's a very good defender and he can really improve this team massively. Joining him as well, of course, from Ajax was Kenneth Taylor for 33 million. 22 years of age. Very complete midfielder. He can play in the DM. He can play in the advanced role. He can play a lot of different positions. So again, not a bad acquisition really. Of course, his whole career at Ajax so far. 33 million makes the switch to the Premier League for Southampton. We also bought in Cole Palmer from Manchester City for 12.5 million. Great midfielder again. Very versatile, can play in a few different roles there. Very high attributes across the board. 22 years of age, English player as well, so it helps with that English tax. Future down the line, European football possibly. He ticks all the boxes for that one, which is absolutely ideal. Mona Solomon, we bought in from Tottenham Hotspur for 6.75 million. Not someone I'm very familiar with, of course. In real life, Shakhtar went to Spurs, and we bought him in straight away for 6.75 million. So we'll see how he gets on. He didn't play any minutes for Spurs so far, so we'll see how he gets on, of course, in a Tottenham Hotspur jersey. So yeah, they came in. Shea Adams, we mentioned already, going out of the club last season. And the other ones then, Malik Fior came in from AC Milan for 10 million, another centre-back option as well. So the defence is really, really been improved. We mentioned Billy Kotrick got a lot of goals last season. Alvarez now joining him, Fior now joining him. We're going in strong in defence to make sure we can not concede many, many goals and try and stay promoted in this first season. Mads Roslev was the last one then, a player exchange deal plus 21 million. He made the switch over from Brentford. Not a bad bit of business, really. I think he's a very good fullback. I've used him a few times this year. I've used him in my network save with Hood Gaming. I've used him a few different saves now, and he's just very complete. He has that attacking edge to him. He can defend well. He does everything I look for in a fullback, and then we're using him in that wing-back support role as well. He ticks every box. You can see that on screen now. 13s, 14s, 15s, all across the board. Absolutely wonderful. So in terms of sales, there's actually some big sales as well. Walker Peters went for 30 million over to Atletico Madrid. A bit of an odd one, really, but I mean, 27 years of age, he's still a very good fullback. I did really like him, but before we can get rid of him, we can bring in Mad straight away. A great little switch there. We do lose the English player, which is a bit annoying, but he wanted to make that switch, so off he goes. Saliusa went to Tottenham Hotspur for 27 million as well. That was the big one, really, as well. He wanted more first team football. He wasn't getting it here. Spurs came in with big money. Off you go. The rest of them are quite cheap ones, really. Lewis Payne, List, went to Man City for 700k. Ballard, Abu. I mean, there's no real first-team players. A bunch of free transfers. Jack Stevens leaving the club as well. Alex McCarthy, the goalkeeper, going to Palmeiras. A bit of an interesting move for him as well. Juan Larius went on loan to Middlesbrough as well. So there's a few interesting loan moves and a few players leaving on free transfers. But I think it's a very good team looking forward now. If we go now to our best 11, this is how we set up now. Suleiman on that left-hand side. Beto up front now. Palmer in behind the strikers. Ward-Prowse and Lavia, of course, in that midfield. Livramento goes into right back now. So we brought Mads Roslev in, but Livramento, again, a very good fullback option. English as well. Does everything I'm looking for. So he'll play a lot this season. Alvarez, Katlikar's actually starting at the moment, oddly enough. So No Bellicaccia. Actually, he's actually requested to leave. He's requested to go for 40 million. And we have promised he would go, actually. I forgot about that. So, there you go. He may end up leaving, but I mean, Alvarez coming in, not a bad option, really. I mean, he can still play for now. So, let's say for now, technically he'd be in there. But it's a good team going to the Premier League for season number 2. Let's go and see how we got on in our first season back in the Premier League. So, we're back, end of season number 2. But before we dive in and see what happened with Southampton in the first season of the Premier League, last time you saw us was right before the Premier League season started, and we did some more transfers after that. Yeah, there's been some interesting moves happening, actually. Bellicaccia, I mentioned about him wanting to leave, requested to leave. 40 million, Brighton came in, out the door. We had money to spend, and we went to spend straight away. We bought in Ilya Capriot from Bari for 4 million. Great young Italian goalkeeper, can really develop in this game. We loaned him out for the first season. He couldn't get a work permit, so he's gone out on loan. Hopefully get that work permit and come back to us eventually further down the line. Manu Sanchez came from Celta Vigo for 4 million. A left-back option, very good versatility as well. He can play further up the field if need be as well, but at 24 years of age, could definitely be a big part of this team going forward. Rooney Bargi, one of everyone's favourites this year in FM. The right winger comes in at 9.5 million from Copenhagen. Again, for on that right-hand side, he's the main man you want to get in this year in FM. You haven't used him already. Get him in. He's a bargain price, and he develops really, really well. And then the last one, 60 million was spent on Levi Colwell. We needed a replacement for Bellicaccia, and we thought, we're going big with a big English one for the future here with Colwell. I mean, he's good enough right now, 22 years of age, to be in the team already. I'm thinking long-term stay, future captain of the club. This could be our guy, hopefully. So Levi Colwell comes in for a monster 60 million from Chelsea. And I'm looking at him on paper, jumping, reaching, heading are pretty darn good. Good passing, good tackling, good vision. Positioning's really good, 15 as well. So I'm really hopeful he can be our mindset at centre-back in the coming season for this save. But yeah, how did we get on? Yeah, it was an absolutely ridiculous season, honestly. Our first season in the Premier League, we came the runner-up. Sorry, let's start with the Carabao Cup, actually. Semi-finalists against Man City, we got knocked out in the semi-finals. We thought, that's a pretty good season. Like, obviously, it comes up around the March period of time as well. Got all the way to semi-finals, knocked out by Man City. Not bad. FA Cup, we lost in the final. We lost to Brighton in our final game. 2-1 in the final. We could have won silverware in just our second year in this save straight away. And then a late goal from Scott McTominay, who made the switch over to Brighton. He really got one back for us, but it wasn't enough in the end. We needed one more goal. And to be fair, we absolutely dominated. 16 shots, 8 on target to their 10-5 on target. XG of 1.81. Even like the pass percentage was quite even, to be fair, actually, the pass completed with Brighton. But a very good game in total. Just very much a shame that we couldn't get the victory in that one. So we went all the way to the FA Cup final, our first season managing this team. But then the crazy thing happened in the Premier League. I mean, we'll go this way because it's just absolutely insane. It blows my mind. We finished 6th. Newly promoted from the Championship, Southampton finished 6th in the first season. Playing 38 games, winning 20, drawing 4, losing 14 games all season. But we did score 77 goals, conceding 53, with a goal difference of 24. And we finished level on points in Arsenal, who are in 5th spot, only missing out by 4 goals in goal difference from getting 5th in the Premier League. Yeah, we got European football as well, of course, because of that. So we do go into the Europa Conference League in our 3rd season. And we have a lovely budget of 56 million to spend to go into that new season. Let's dive in and see what happens at the start of season number 3. And we're back. Season number 3, of course. We're in the Conference League this season. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League. 4 trophies on the line going into this new season for this Southampton side. And we have spent a fair whack of money, really improving this side, ready for European football. We'll start off with a few outgoings. Firstly, Stuart Armstrong left the club 7.5 million to Burnley. He's going to be out of contract. He's actually moved to now being assistant manager. And literally a few weeks afterwards, he retired. So we cashed in quite early, really, make some money on him. And luckily, he retired literally straight afterwards. We mentioned Alex McCarthy last season. He left the club, of course. Some other ones that have left us since then, of course, have been Catley Carr, someone who was a potential start for last season, went to Wolves, 17.75 million. And Adam Armstrong made a switch to Leeds for 15 million. Players that are going to be out of contract in this next coming seasons. We thought, let's just cash in now, make that money, and we can get it spent straight away, which we did do straight away, of course, last season. You saw what we did at the start of the season straight away. Towards the end of it, we bought Levi Colwell, Rooney Bargi, Sanchez. We've gone even bigger. Kefren Turan came for 17.5 million. He joined Southampton now. Playing as our DM'd in that role, of course, the likes of Ward-Prowse, Lavia. He can join in Kefren Turan now and really develop in that role. 24 years of age, looks very, very strong on the ball. Great ball-winning midfielder as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on this season for us. We also then went and got Michael Olise from Crystal Palace for 29 million, potentially rising up to 43 million. I mean, what a player. was an absolute standout. It's weird because obviously on the star rankings here, it doesn't really show much for him. It's only a 3-star player, but we've got Rooney Barge out there already. So we've got a great player in him. And then at least he's coming in now as a great make-weight squad player in the team to really help us in our European competition this season. And then, of course, we went and got in Ashley Phillips from Blackburn. Someone I mentioned in my Wonder Kid videos this year as a defender. He looks really good at a young age. We're hoping to see him develop and really become a big part of this team. English born as well, which really helps, of course, with the international quota, getting those English players into your squad, homegrown quota. The next one's then, of course, sales. A few more. Cherry Small was the big one, really. 2.3 million just below my head there, you can see there. But I mean, Benjamin went to Inter Milan, Lawrence went to Blackburn on 21s. Nothing really massive happened. The outgoings towards the back half of the transfer window. But we bought a Troy Parrott on a free transfer. I think he's a good backup striker, really. He's nothing too bad. 23 years of age now. Spurs had a few loan spells. Didn't really play much football, so hopefully from our bench can be pretty useful. Evan and Dick came in from Roma for 17.5 million. Again, we just keep strengthening his defensive every time, adding more defenders. People can play at DM role as well, so of course we can rotate quite a lot and keep this team looking really, really strong. Noyan Perez was the next one for 32 million, potentially rising to 63 million. It's a lot of money, but again, another really strong defender. Argentinian cap now, 16 caps for him, 25 years of age. Good jump and reach, good heading, very versatile again, like in terms of what he can do defensively. So I'm quite happy to see what happens with him in this coming season. So yeah, defenses, we call a lot of defenders. You're probably wondering why so many defenders. And there's another one. There's another one for you there. Aranio Carmas came in. We just love a defender. We have so many centre-backs in this team right now. I mean, we can give you a bit of a brief overview. In terms of centre-backs, you see here, Perez, Fiar, Ashley Phillips, who's actually learned out for the season. Colville's there, of course. Edson Alvarez can play midfield. We can do that role. Evan and Dicker as well. It keeps going on and on. I mean, we've got a lot of good players in this team right now. It's looking very, very strong ahead of the new season. So, of course, we're at August 4th now. The season's about to start. We're minus £64,000 the wage budget. So we need to fix that. In terms of transfer budget left, 1.82 million. So you wouldn't have thought we'd do any more business now before the season starts. In terms of the best 11, we'll have a quick look see it now. It's coming up for our best 11 using, of course, the MurphFM Ultimate 4-2-3-1. Livramento, Perez, Colwell, Manu Sanchez, who we bought him before. Lavia and Ward-Prowse, the starters at the moment, Rudy Bargi, Palmer, Suleiman and Beto. Also, there's not much changes really with the first team right now, but the fact we've added Alex Comas into the team. Paul Notch on the bench now for Beto, but still a great option there. Evan and Dick is on the bench as well. So, Catherine Trump, I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of great players in this team right now. So, it'll be interesting to see how this team really gets on now as we go forward to see how we got on in season number 3. And we're back. Season number 3 has come to a close now. Our second Premier League season now with Southampton. And we brought in Seth Vandenberg. Probably thinking, why on earth is this such big news? It's another centre-back. That's not the big news. That's not the big news. I might have led you astray here because this tactic is very good. It's very good. Don't get me wrong. I'm really impressed with how it's worked out. It's been working very well for people. We want a treble. This was never the plan to be this good with Southampton. Honestly, it's ridiculous. We won the Premier League, we won the Europa Conference League, and we won the FA Cup in our third season with Southampton. It's absolutely insane. It's absolute insanity. We'll go for the FA Cup first. FA Cup, we beat Chelsea 2-1 in the final. Beto scoring, Solomon scoring, an injury for Solomon Tana, but Rafa Mir's late goal for Chelsea was not enough. I mean, Chelsea got Fofana, of course, Buddy, Chile, Reece James, Fernandez, Ilkay Gundogan's gone there, and Kunku, Koeman, Lukaku's even playing for him now. Fellaini, Sterling. We beat them. Even in the final 2-1 with our team. Interesting. If you thought that was good. I mean, it's Gimenez. It's not a massive team, of course, the Conference League. It's not massive teams in there. I mean, we got to the quarterfinals. We beat Standard Liège 5-3 in aggregate. Sorry, 8-3 in aggregate. Sorry, just actually. Semi-finals, knocked out Lens. Okay, no one really big yet. Then got to the final. Gimenez beat them 4-0. Beto got 23 goals in the Conference League. He absolutely bought the floor of the Conference League. And you can see there in the final. Sulman getting 2 goals. A goal for Beto and Rooney Bargi made it 4. Job done. 2 trophies done. What could possibly happen next? Yeah, win the Premier League. That was never on the cards, honestly, for this save. Well, I thought, we'll get to like 7th, 8th, maybe try and push for 4th, challenge for European football. Not win the Premier League in our 3rd season. Southampton played 38 games, winning 24, drawing 6, losing 8 games all season, scoring 79 goals. We won the league on 78 points. That is ridiculously low. That is really, really low. I mean, like to Chelsea, finished 9th. They lost 15 games this season. Man City lost 9 games. Liverpool 9 games. Man United lost 11 games. So the big teams kept losing games. And somehow, on 78 points, probably like the lowest point tally possibly ever. Let me know in the comment section if I'm correct. 78 points. Southampton win the Premier League. Absolute insanity. Not in the golden boot stuff. Ward-Prowse assists. He loves assists. 13 assists for him. Capria got 19 clean sheets. That's actually really good. Elia Capria is really, really developing now at this point. He's now wanted by a whole host of big clubs, I'd imagine. Just Man United. But I mean, we've won the Premier League, so why on earth would you want to leave, go to Manchester United? I mean, they finished third. We won the Prem. Why would you want to leave? Why would you want to leave? Yeah. Team's looking very good. I mean, overall now, we saw at the start of this season how it was looking. If Taylor comes into the team, he can be switched out. Ward-Prowse playing right back, quite interesting enough. He's been playing quite a lot of right back this season. He's played right back for the majority of the season, interestingly enough, as well. So obviously we bought in new right backs, and Ward-Prowse has been starting to right back for us. So again, simulations of Football Manager, they can bring up some crazy results. And in this one, Southampton won the treble, win the Conference League, the FA Cup, and the Premier League. So let's dive ahead now to season number 4. We won't go any further, I think, honestly, but let's go ahead. Season number 4. Can we retain the Premier League with Southampton? Not a sentence I thought I'd ever say, but let's find out. Season number 4 with Southampton. Let's go. So here they are, your current Premier League champions. Me prediction of 7th. They won the Premier League last season. The media was saying you're going to finish 7th for this season. It's absolutely insane, isn't it, realistically? You win the Prem and they're like, you know what, you won't get nowhere near this time. You're going to 7th this year. It feels like Leicester all over again, honestly. Newly promoted side, win the Premier League. No one expects anything of them, and then yeah, we'll see what happens. But of course, transfers happen. Transfers did happen. Transfer budget left 0. Wage budget minus 55 grand. So we're a bit short. We're a bit short of the money that actually right now for the players we've actually bought in for this forthcoming seasons. Yeah, last time out we saw Berging. We bought in Rasmus Colin, of course, linked to Manchester United in real life. 25 million, rising up to 30 million. Another great striker, like Pornacho, Beto, and now Hodgland comes in as well to join as a striker for us. 23 years of age now. He hasn't really developed quite a lot this game, really, but he looks like a good backup player for the striking position for Beto possibly this season. So we'll see how he gets on. Of course, he's number 9 now, so he may very well end up starting for us. Also joining him came in Harvey Elliott from Liverpool, 35 million, potentially rising up to 42 million. Of course, another English player, so it's good for our new, of course, Champions League football this season, so that'll be quite interesting. And 190 grand a week, by the way. Big money for Harvey Elliott, 23 years of age. And again, he looks really incredible. First touch of 17, dribbling of 15, vision of 17, work rate of 16, teamwork 15. There's loads of 15s and 16s and 17s in there, so he ticks every box for me. And again, ticks over now to the 25-26 season, of course. We spent another... Yeah, we spent a lot of money. We'll get into this in a moment. Outgoings. 31 million. Manu Sanchez left us for Bayern Munich. He wasn't at the club very long, was he, Manu? I rated him, bought him for 4 million, sold him for 31 million. That's not a bad return for Manu Sanchez. And then this happened. We let Ward-Prowse go. I'm sorry, Southampton fans. He made the switch to Manchester United. 29 million. After a whole... Look at that. Southampton... for as long as possible. Look at all the assists, like 66 assists, by the way. That's not from that season only. It is. He's got in the space of 3 seasons, 66 assists. That's absolutely mental. And we've let him go for next to nothing, basically, realistically. What a player. He's gone. Parole went for 27 million to Napoli. Pornacho left off for Besiktas for 7.5 million. And then again, a few smaller ones leaving the club for loans and free transfers. We spent some more money. Nelson Viper from Mainz came in for 11.25 million. Looks a very good striker this year in FM. 6'4". He's got legs, good physically, mentally pretty good. Technically, he can finish, he can dribble, first touch, passing technique, all pretty high. Not a bad option. Not a bad option indeed. Larin Ulrich came in from Stuttgart for 19 million. Probably playing that cam role most likely, but he can play out wide if we really want him to. But I'm thinking most likely in the AM support role, dribbling quite high, first touch, passing, vision, assist galore. You like to hope from that player. Stefan Barger came for Liverpool for 70 million. Yeah, that's right. 70 million for a 21-year-old. Interesting, right? I mean, he didn't even play. Like, he played 18 games last season and did nothing. And we spent 70 million on the kid. I mean, his hopefully comes worthwhile, maybe? I don't know, honestly. I don't know about that one. Andre, we spent 13.25 million from Andre. Young Brazilian CDM, centre midfielder. Very good player. 25 at this point. So he's not actually a young player anymore. 86 grand a week. In he comes. We bought in Tayo Adaminola from Crystal Palace for 20 million. I mean, he's a good left back, right? I mean, we needed a backup left back, so we spent 20 million on a backup. It's just what you do, isn't it, at this point? Manuel left for 31, so essentially we've not spent all that money, so it's fine. And then we bought a new left back to start instead, though. Mickey van der Ven comes in from Barcelona. He made the switch, of course, to Wolfsburg, to Barcelona for 37 million. And within a year, we've bought him for less money already, 27.5 million. So, a bit of a bargain, maybe. Only value between 48 and 53 million. 25 years of age, and he's a complete left wing back. Perfect what you want, basically, for this formation. Absolutely perfect. So, yeah, transfers have been good. Season number 4, in terms of how we're looking now at our best 11, bang. Coman starts with Lavia, of course, Ward-Prowse leaving the club. Van der Ven goes to that left back position now, Livramento right back with Perez and Colin in front of him. Ulrich goes to that cam role now with Solomon, Rooney Bargi, and Beto still leads the line for us. Let's see how we get on in season number 4. And we're back for season number 4. And what a season it's been. You can see our spoiler here. We've got a lot of money to spend in the game at Southampton. It seems the board have been very, very generous. 73 million for the next season, 243,000 in wage budget. But why is that? What has happened this season for Southampton? They won the Prem again. I don't honestly understand it, honestly. 81 points this time, so a few more points this time around. Southampton win back-to-back Premier League titles. In 38 games, winning 25, drawing 6, losing 7 all season, scoring 82 goals, conceding 32 for goal difference of 50, finishing 81 points, 10 points clear of Manchester City in second place. Back-to-back league titles for Southampton. It's absolute insanity. Not what we expected to see today. I mean, the other competitions didn't really go to plan. Champions League, we got as far as the quarterfinals, and then Man City knocked us out. FA Cup, Everton knocked us out, and then quarterfinals by Chelsea in the Carabao. The Community Shield, we won the Community Shield, so we have won 2 trophies technically this season. If you're Mourinho, it counts as a double, so we'll take that all day long. In terms of January transfers, nothing else really happened the whole season. We kind of kept quiet and just kept it ticking over, basically. Nothing else really happened. We mentioned already, there's quite a lot of money to spend in this new window coming up. 73 million to spend, 243,000 in the wage budget. I mean, there's a few players possibly going out of contract this season. You can see now straight away. Suleiman has been pretty key to us throughout this save. He's out of contract. Do we keep him around? Who knows? Boanzo, Solomon, all running at the end of their deals very, very shortly. So maybe a few of these players possibly leave this season. But in terms of the Prem, back-to-back league titles, it's not a bad showing, is it, really? We beat Man City 3-1. Beto bagged a hat-trick in this one. I mean, he's absolutely firing on all cylinders, knocking out Man City there. A hat-trick for Beto, you love to see it. I mean, some big scorelines, 4-0 against Brighton. Leicester beat 2-0 as well. Chelsea beat 3-0 in the final game of the season. Goals, again, from Beto, Lavia, and Rooney Bargi, all in the opening 25 minutes, put Chelsea to the sword. And straight away, a clean sweep, a 3-0 victory in the final game of the season. The Seals win another Premier League trophy. Back-to-back Premier League trophies for Southampton. I suppose we can do one more season, can't we? See, can we do better in the Champions League? Just going to have a look at season number 5. So here we are then, season number 5 now. We're ahead of the new season starting, of course. We've won 2 league titles, back-to-back Premier League titles already with Southampton. Season number 5, can we do it all over again? But of course, transfers. We had a lot of money to spend. We had a lot of money to spend. So what did we do? You're going to see it here. We bought in Giorgio Scalvini from Liverpool. Of course, he started at Atalanta, made the switch 1 season ago, 59 million. We paid double his money for 109 million to bring him in from Liverpool. Absolutely insane fee. We doubled his price pretty much in 1 season. He played 31 games. It wasn't even a great season for him, and we came in straight away. 109 million. We'll take him. We will take him all day long. So Scalvini comes in, and then we bought in Rafa Leao from AC Milan for 47 million. We didn't do a lot. We did 2 big transfers. That was it. We could afford. We need that star power to get in the team now and take us that 1 step further in European football. We've won 2 Premier League trophies. Premier League, easy. Whitewash. Done now already. European football is what happens now. 47 million for Rafa Leao. He joins the boys. And the team now is looking very, very strong ahead of the final season of this rebuild. Leao goes on the left-hand side now. Of course, Scalvini in the defence now with Levi Colwill. The team looks absolutely insane. And things look very, very good. I'm very happy how the team's looking ahead of the new season. In terms of outgoings, Cole Palmer's the big one. 20 million to Norwich. He went out. And then we got Malik Friar went to Mainz for 7 million. So Friar gone. Didn't really play much action. Cole Palmer had a pretty good stint in the club. Didn't do too badly in the season. He had 28 games, 12 goals in that season. That's his best return, really. But again, we've made profit on the kid as well, so pretty good. Boanzo went on a free transfer, and Ryan Manning also leaving on free transfers. But again, no one else in. Just those 2 players join the club now. So that's the only change we've made to their team. You've seen how it looks now. It looks really good, this team now. I'm really happy how it's looking. Let's see what happens. Season number 5, the final season. Can we win a 3rd Premier League trophy? Or can we go that one step further in the Champions League and get to a final, or even possibly win the Champions League with Southampton? And we're back, season number 5. We Southampton now rebuild. We've won 2 Premier League trophies already. Can we make it a hat-trick of Premier League trophies with Southampton, or go one step further in the Champions League? I mean, yeah, basically. We'll start the Premier League first. Premier League trophy, 3 in a row now. 3 in a row for Southampton. This season coming out as the league champions yet again. 38 games, winning 25, drawing 6, losing 7 all season. And we scored 91 goals this season. Absolutely monster amount of goals compared to everyone else in the league. Conceded 37, which isn't too bad. Man, you got 36. I mean, Man City conceded 26 all season. That's very, very good indeed. Goal difference of 54, sorry. And then a points difference of 81. Narrowly winning, but this time out. 1 point difference from Manchester United. So it was very close, but we do manage to win the Premier League yet again. But the big one, of course, is this one. It's the Champions League. The Champions League final. We took it on Monaco, which is a bit of an odd one for the Champions League final. We're going to watch the goals quickly. Goals from Scalvini and 2 from Rafa Leao to see us win the UEFA Champions League with Southampton. But yeah, not what we expected really. This one first. Elliott first. Scalvini, set pieces. I mentioned set pieces earlier in this video. Very, very good this year. Very, very good. Aldrich wins the ball back this time. 38 minutes in. Beto finds Leao. Through on goal. Puts it home. Nice and easy. 2-0 after 40 minutes. We're absolutely laughing. And then straight away before half-time as well, we made it 3-0. Scalvini this time finds Aldrich. Lavia. Leao bangs the top corner. Job done. A 3-0 victory and a Champions League trophy coming home with Southampton. But we will touch on the campaign though itself. Of course, round of 16, we got as far as Dortmund, beat them 4-3 in aggregate. We went to the quarterfinals then, knocking out Porto, 5-2 in aggregate in that one. Semi-final clash, which got Man City in the semi-final, knocking them out 4-1 in aggregate. And of course, that final then against Monaco, we beat them 3-0 and win Southampton the Champions League. Absolutely insanity. So it's not been a bad haul here at Southampton, realistically. Of course, we came in at this point here when they won the championship. Of course, that season we got relegated. In real life, of course, they were relegated down into the championship, so it would have been their first season in the championship, which we got promoted straight away back into the Premier League. Season number 2, of course, came 6th in the Premier League. Then season number 3, 4 and 5, of course, winning back-to-back Premier League titles, of course, now. 3 Premier League titles, both in 25, 26 and 27, which is absolutely insane. We won an FA Cup, of course, as well in 2025. We won the Conference League back in 2025 as well. The Championship in 2023. And, of course, a Community Shield along the way in 2025. And the most important one, of course, we won the UEFA Champions League with Southampton in just 5 years in the year 2027. So thank you for watching our Southampton rebuild. An absolute insanity. Of course, the tactic will be linked down below. The tactic's done absolutely odds things so far in this save. And I mean, these are simulated rebuilds. We do the transfers and we hit simulate and let the assistants handle all this. But I mean, there's no way Southampton would win 3 Premier League titles normally. So again, part of the tactic. Some great work by Colin, who's done this rebuild with me today. So absolutely amazing stuff thanks to him. Some great transfers and an amazing team we have built here for Southampton. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, of course, make sure you are liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Of course, my links are down below. Colin, who was part of this rebuild, his link is down below. Go check him out as well on all his channels, on his Twitch and everywhere else, and get involved in some more rebuild action. Let me know in the comment section as well who you want to see get rebuilt in the future by ourselves here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon.